All right, so welcome everybody. Tonight we are going to do a dive into supplements and vitamins that doTERRA has to offer. And I'm really excited to be here tonight sharing this information with you. It's something I'm super passionate about. And I just a couple of years ago really didn't know much on this topic. Maybe because I just turned 30, so supplements weren't really on my horizon. They weren't anything that I was feeling that I needed in that time. So over the last few years that I've been a wellness advocate for doTERRA, I have learned a lot more about supplements and how we can implement them into our life for just overall health, preventative measures, getting what we need. And so just a background on me and who I am. My name is Brittany Pio, and I'm a licensed massage therapist, a wellness advocate with doTERRA, a massage therapy instructor, a personal trainer. So I love the health and wellness realm, and holistic health is really where my heart lies and my passion lies. I have been in that realm for about a decade. And what I have learned and taken from this company of doTERRA is so much of it comes down to the quality of where all of this is coming from, but the quality that we consume on all levels, from what we take in for our education, what we're watching, what we're putting in and on and around our bodies. It's all being consumed. And doTERRA was one of those things that came into my life that really just transformed the way that I looked at what I was putting in and on and around my body. So the supplements go hand in hand with the oils. They're really that foundational piece. And this is perfect timing because if you are at all interested in the Lifelong Vitality Challenge that starts on October 25th, there's been a ton of information put out about that in the Wellness Wins page and the Team Life Fuel page and throughout on social media. And if you haven't heard about that challenge yet, it's free to sign up. All you need is the Lifelong Vitality, which we're going to talk extensively on that, and your lemon essential oil. So let's get right into it. Most of the time when we are learning about doTERRA for the first time, we learn about those oils. I know it's not that way for everybody, but I know for me, I didn't really hear about the supplements until like my third exposure really to a doTERRA class. It was all about the oils. So if you're here tonight or you're tuning into the recording, you've probably become well versed on oils. If not, there's lots of classes and education on those as well. But if you're here, you've probably been exposed a little bit. And if not, we have one-on-one classes every Tuesday that are great, and you can hop in on one of those. So when it comes to that foundational base of promoting overall health, wellness, how we feel, how we show up in life, we're oftentimes not necessarily thinking about all of those accumulations, those little things that we do throughout the day. A lot of times we look at the bigger picture, but when it comes down to it, what we're being exposed to in those little doses throughout the day is typically why we're getting sick or we're not feeling well. And then when we think about like standard American diet, a lot of people are on prescription over-the-counter medication. They just take it daily. It's a part of their routine. We carried that like ibuprofen in our purse just in case, or the Tums, because maybe we were doing or exposing ourselves to the things that weren't making us feel good. And for being a country that spends so much on healthcare, it's just also really surprising to see how much we need that healthcare and how a lot of us are sick or the people around us are. So when we are consuming our food, a huge part of it and why it's not as healthy as it once was is because of the quality of our soil, because of modern technology and farming monocrops and just the demands of our modern society. Our soil has become depleted. And with that being said, what our ancestors once got from their produce and from their natural sources of food is depleted because that soil is depleted. And that's the foundation of our produce, our meat, everything comes from the ground at one point. So when it comes to supplementation, it's really important that we're considering, you know, why we even need to do that. Because I know for me, it's like, yeah, well, if I don't understand that piece behind it, I'm not as likely to do it, right? I mean, like, we need to know why we're doing that. So with nutrition, when we're not getting what we need, we know it. We're not going to show up. If you eat a bunch of junk food, you know, usually within a couple hours or that next day, you're feeling it. Same thing though, it's not just that one time of doing it. It's an accumulation of a lifestyle of eating that way. Just like one salad isn't going to be your end all fix all. So when we have a foundation of great nutrition and that support that we need through getting in our proper minerals, vitamins, and that also goes down to like everything else that we're consuming too, that's when we're going to see a healthy response. That's when we're going to get to the root cause of what's going on. So my favorite topic to talk about besides essential oils is the lifelong vitality. This takes a lot of the guesswork out of it for us. Now, we're not saying that you just give up a healthy diet and you're not going to think about what you're putting in your body, because that is also foundational. So it does come down to making sure that you're getting in real food, you're shopping around the perimeter of the grocery store, you're staying out of those center aisles, you're working with your farmers market, or maybe you grow your own, or you have people in your community who do, and you're getting that fresh, local, in-season food. That's ideal. But we know it's not always manageable, especially with our busy schedules. But the more often we do that, the better. And that's where supplementation can come in as well, because like I said earlier, we're not getting that high quality produce that we once had access to before our soil got so depleted. So I love lifelong vitality. It makes sure that you're getting in real vegetables and superfoods within your supplement, and it's not synthetic. So our body knows what to do with it. A lot of times when people do have an upset stomach from supplements or their vitamins, it can come down to what are those fillers in the supplements, what else is in there. And a lot of times it's something that's man-made or synthetic, where here we can read the ingredients. We know that there's real kale and broccoli and dandelion all within this. Our body knows what to do with it. And we can expect with all of the supplements from Doterra that they have that same standard and level to the commitment, that it's high quality, it's potent, it is what they say it is. I was just saying this on a call last night when I was first introduced to Doterra and sharing it with somebody who worked at a post office. She had this white powdery substance come out of a package. And so when the woman came to pick it up, she's like, no, these are my magnesium supplements. They just happen to, you know, spill out of the package. Well, of course, white powdery substance, like, it's got to go to be tested to see what it is or what it was. And it ended up being mostly wood chips. So a lot of times these companies aren't disclosing, and we can't even so much blame the company as even the supply chain, because even companies that really want to do well, if they are buying them from different sources that maybe are cutting corners or not being as transparent with ingredients, we can see how that can show up. So with all of the supplements from Doterra, that's another great thing to just remember, that they're doing all of that third-party testing and treating it just as they do the oils. So with the Lifelong Vitality, it's a 3-pack and they're intended to take together. There's this version and there's also a vegan version too. So if you're interested in trying the vegan version, really the biggest difference there is that the omega is not made from fish. And the fish that they use is sustained very ethically, and it is high quality fish with low mercury grade for that. But if you want the vegan one, it's just going to come from a different source, a land source. And then I know it has, it's something from the sea, but it's not fish. It's like an algae or something of some kind. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. But I've taken both. I love them both. I don't really see a difference for myself personally between the vegan and the regular, but I'll just switch back and forth from time to time. So the great thing about these oils, and I think why they don't really mess with my stomach, or just from some of the stuff I've learned recently, is that because there's essential oils within the supplements, like the frankincense, the clove, and that's going to just give it something else to have as a soluble source. So when you're taking them in, like, you're also getting that essential oil in with it, and our bodies more so really know what to do with it. So I do take these supplements sometimes on an empty stomach. They don't bother me. I know some people do take them with food continuously, and that's fine too. Just, I know for me, it works both ways. And I also love that you're getting your vitamin A and your B complex, C, D, zinc, magnesium. It's just a wonderful combination that so many of us go to the drugstore or go to the health food store and we grab that and grab that and grab that, and we fill up our whole medicine cabinet full of all of these supplements. And then I know sometimes people are like, oh, well, Lifelong Vitality is 3 different supplements I have to take. Well, I think a lot of us are guilty of having a cabinet full of supplements. And this takes a lot of that guesswork out of it. You know, you're getting a lot of times what you're already going to go and just get from the health food store. And then the thing is, we don't know really what's in those. So we can rest assured and feel safe in knowing that we trust Doterra and their quality. And I just can't say enough about it. If you're interested in trying them for the first time, there is a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you don't see results, you can just call them up and send them back, and they'll refund you. And if you want to join us in the Lifelong Vitality Challenge on October 25th, let whoever invited you here or sent you the video know so you can get in on that. It's totally free, and you just need to fill out a Google form. Go ahead, Molly.
Do you take 4 of each at once, or do you break it up during the day?
I break it up during the day. That's a really good question. I do half and half. And I posted it on Katrina's page, but I should share it in the Wellness Wins page too. There's these really great containers that you can get on Amazon that go with you too. So you can just, like, it's a little circle and you can fill it up and take it with you. So if you want to, like, take them for your lunch and you're not home for that, even if I am home, I love to put them in the containers, because if it's hard to take that cap off and pour them in your hand. If they're just all there, so much easier. I will say though, when you first start taking them, you can usually get away with half a dose. So you can do like 1 of each at lunch and 1 of each at dinner, or something like that at breakfast or whatever. So you can do half when you start and then work your way up to the full dose. I know some people who are just a smaller frame, smaller individuals, they take half a dose and that's what they do, and that works for them. You can just monitor it by how you feel. I know for me, sometimes I'll just do the 2 of each once a day and then I'm good. And then there's other times where I know I'm feeling a little more run down because I've got that full schedule and I'm going like crazy. And so I want to make sure I'm getting in as much as possible. So that's kind of just how I monitor it for myself. But you can kind of play around with the dosage. That's the recommended dose for right from like doTERRA with Dr. Hill to do the full dose, but I don't personally do it every time like that.
I've been starting people off with like 1 of each the first week, 2 of each the second week, 3 of each third week, and then
Yeah, I think that's great. With our gut, so much of what shows up in our physical and our emotional body, we can tie that with the gut. And our gut is our second brain. Even if you looked at the gut and the brain tissue like under microscope, they would look so similar. And everything from our immune system to weight to our mental well-being, this is all, there's that connection with the gut to the brain. So we know that, and we should support our gut as much as we can. So eliminating foods that don't make us feel great, increasing hydration, trying not to eat too late, things like that, that we all can put an effort towards to optimize our gut health. Terrazyme is my go-to when it comes to any sort of upset stomach. Also, if you're ever feeling like phlegmy or mucus buildup, Terrazyme is wonderful. It's made with papaya. Papaya has been used for a very long time for when it comes to many different like medicinal purposes. And this is just great for your overall gut health. I know women who've been pregnant with morning sickness, they swear by Terrazyme. You can also take Terrazyme on an empty stomach, and it promotes health for like anything around cysts. So if you have like cystic acne, cysts within your body, bones or ovaries or things like that, there's a lot of stuff out there on taking Terrazyme on an empty stomach. So I continue to do your research on that. It's really interesting. But also if you like just ate too much or you overindulged, Terrazyme is just great to have in your cupboard or in your bag or wherever. Not that we need to overindulge all the time, but we all do once in a while, right? So the probiotic, and it's a pre and probiotic PB Assist, that's something that I take every morning. It just shows up on my skin, my mood, everything. When I forget to add that on to my LRP, I am usually creating another one when I run out, because I'm like, oh no, I can't be without this. And now I go without it for a week. So I love that one. It's great because it has this coating on it, so it doesn't break down before it gets to your actual gut and your colon, intestine, so it stays intact, so it actually goes to work where it should. The PB Assist Junior is great. I don't have right off the top of my head, I want to say it's around like 3 years old that they can start taking it. It might even be a little bit younger, but adults can take this too. And it tastes like Smarties. They can take it with water or just take it like a pixie stick. So what is really going to essentially damage our gut? An unhealthy diet, overconsumption of like sugar, alcohol, that's definitely not going to be helpful. Over antibiotic use, and think too, a lot of times like the animals are eating or they're actually on antibiotics as well. So then we're eating, maybe that beef or chicken. So even if you're not being prescribed antibiotics, a lot of times we're still getting them in our system. We need to move. Our bodies are meant to move. And when we are stagnant or sedentary, our gut is not going to be happy. We are literally like massaging around our organs as we're moving around, and our bodies love it. Sleep and stress management also are going to affect your gut, and vice versa. If your stomach's upset because you're stressed out, or you're stressed and then you're feeling it in your belly, that's all just a cycle. So when we work on our overall rest and our stress management, how much sleep we're getting each night, it's going to show up for us in that way. And we have lots of tools. Our oils are great to help us with a lot of that. These are not even all the supplements that doTERRA has to offer, but these are definitely some of the great ones to get started with. And you can just kind of mix and match for what makes sense for you. Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex. So I want to mention this one, the PB Assist, your probiotic, Terrazyme, those are all options, as well as like the Mito 2 Max that you can add on to your Lifelong Vitality for a discounted rate. So if you're not familiar with how to order on Loyalty Rewards program, you can do that monthly, add your Lifelong Vitality to it, and get these at an even deeper discount. The Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex, this is going to like swap out your ibuprofen. I love to take this for any sort of like joint pain. I've had people have good results with headaches, menstrual cramps, any just sort of ache and pain. Adaptive mental health blend. And what's so cool about adaptive is that it has GABA in it. And GABA is essential for our brain to just be in that homeostasis balanced mode. So a lot of us are deficient in GABA, and it's no wonder that the mental health stuff shows up. You feel like you've got those swirling plates going on, and adaptive is just really great to keep you focused and alert, but also calm. For me, this isn't going to be really one that I take before bed because it gives me more of like a focused energy. But I know some people do take it before bed. And just like the oils, we do respond and react different. I'm giving you what has gone on for me and what my customers have experienced and clients. And so that's the nice thing of this is like, no, there isn't a one size fits all, but these are really safe and effective and affordable ways to just empower and take charge of your own health. Turmeric, you've probably heard of before. Turmeric is known for its anti-inflammatory properties. It's been around forever, used in ancient Ayurvedic texts. And with the turmeric, this version that doTERRA makes is really cool because you're getting all the parts, the turmerons and the Q-sternum, which typically haven't been able in the past to stay together. And a lot of times it's recommended to take like black pepper when you take turmeric. Well, doTERRA and their magical science labs that they have out there have created a capsule with both parts of the turmeric together, and our body absorbs it. That's amazing. So think of joint health, pain, anytime you need anti-inflammatory, think to turmeric. I will say too, if the Deep Blue Polyphenol doesn't do it for you, like go to that one or vice versa. Copaiba soft gels are another great one. They're not listed, but that's another good one. Serenity, I love the Serenity oil. I don't know about you guys, but that is a staple in my house. The Serenity capsules are great before bedtime when you get into your nightly routine. I know for me, they're not something I take all the time, but I love to have them, especially when I travel or I just get out of my routine. They're super effective for a great night's sleep. I'm going to shift gears to the phytoestrogen and bone nutrients. So these two can be taken together or separately. They can be taken in conjunction with your Lifelong Vitality. And you will see that if you are taking the Lifelong Vitality, you require a smaller dose of these supplements because you're going to just be already getting like your magnesium and things like that through there. So especially women, if you're dealing with anything hormonal, and it's throughout the lifespan, a lot of these, just like with our oils, the supplements are adaptogenic and know how to work with our body because they come from a plant source. And that's just awesome. So the phytoestrogen can be taken throughout your lifetime, no matter what stage that you're in and where you need hormonal support. So if you are in menopause or if you are struggling with your period, like this is for you. It's really great. Highly recommend if like you're dealing with anything hormonal that's showing up on your skin or affecting your sleep or your mood. Our hormones affect everything. So if there's an imbalance there, I highly recommend that. And the bone nutrient complex, this one will come up a lot of times when I do an ITOBE scan. If you've never done an ITOBE scan before, they're really cool, biofeedback scanner. But anyways, with the bone nutrient, this is loaded with magnesium. It's going to support our bone marrow and our bones. This is something that if you have a history in your family, things like osteoporosis, just might be a great preventative measure as well. Mito 2 Max, this has ashwagandha in it, which ashwagandha is known for supporting the thyroid, and it's another one of those adaptogens. It's great for giving us energy as well. You can take this in place of taking like a pre-workout. You can also take these throughout the day for a non-caffeinated energy boost. And these ones, you know, they work differently with us just depending on what you need and who, you know, because we're all different. The Zendocrine complex, this is going to be your liver's best friend and support. The Zendocrine oil, if you've ever checked that out, it has cilantro, juniper berry. Those are both oils known for supporting our liver, our kidneys. And so this complex is a great way to support our body's natural detox pathways. And this is a little bit different, well, it's quite a bit different from the Zendocrine soft gel. So when you see the soft gels, it's just about 5 drops of oil inside of a soft gel, where the complexes have more to them. So like the deep blue isn't like just deep blue oil in a soft gel, you're getting more. That's that complex part. Just because I know people will ask me what the difference is there. So Zendocrine is going to be great to support those detox pathways. And the Yarrow Palm, now this supplement I didn't really get into for a while. It came out a couple conventions ago and I was like, oh, you know, it seemed a little vain. It's like the beauty complex, and I just kind of steered away from it. I never read the ingredients that were in it. And then one day I just had it and I checked it out, and it has celery seed in it, frankincense, some like beautiful high-end oils in this supplement. And then I started taking it and I noticed my skin started glowing. And I was always taking celery seed oil, which, if you know, like celery seed oil is a little pricey and it's a little disgusting tasting. So you don't taste it at all with the Yarrow Palm complex, and you're getting the benefits of it. Celery seed is great for our gut, digestion. It's good for glowing skin, and it's so much easier to take it in the complex than to drip it in your veggie cap. So I will be lying to you if I said I really went through this PowerPoint. So I'm not going to keep going in, but does anybody have any questions about any of the supplements we talked about?
I just want to say about the Mito 2.
Yeah.
My daughter, she has narcolepsy, and she swears by Mito 2 that it gives her energy. She feels it pumps her up. It keeps her alive. It's really good. So I wanted to add that.
I love that. That's so great. I noticed a difference when I do this one as well. What time of day does she take it? Like right when she gets up, kind of to give her energy throughout the day?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
And she when she was getting married, she said, "Mom, you gotta try this Mito 2 Max," and I did, and it took all the stress away. It gave me energy, focus. I was a new person.
I love that testimony. Well, and it supports our thyroid. It's not like it's coming from caffeine, because if you keep doing like the Red Bulls or the coffee, a lot of times like our anxiety will turn on and you get shaky, and then you have that crash, where this is so natural and you sustain it. It's not a big jolt of energy with a big crash after.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. This schedule is really great if you're somebody who needs to be told what to do, which I can relate to that. But then I'll also tell you that the more you use your oils, the more you use your supplements, you're going to find out and tweak it for what works for you. I don't know, there's just something about the oils and supplements that just allow you to get more in touch with your body and notice what's going on. And you can start to really figure out when do I feel the best when I take these supplements, like the Mito2 Max that we were just talking about and comes up. I know some people that if they take it too close to bed, they might stay up later than they would like because they do get that burst or like they have some extra energy. Where I know some people are like, I like to take it at night. It helps me wind down. So we're all just different. And like I said, I can take the lifelong vitality on empty stomach. Some people don't like to do that. This is just a good example, waking up, taking that probiotic, prebiotic, the turmeric to support with anti-inflammatory and joint health, and then going through and doing the dose of LLV throughout the day, Terrazyme with the meals, adaptive to keep you focused and calm, and then with the lunch and bedtime routines. I think they're just really great examples. So if you were to get everything that we talked about tonight, the smartest way to do that would be to set up your loyalty rewards program or your LRP. Sometimes we refer to it as your customizable wellness box. You would add all of these to your cart and keep in mind the Terrazyme, PB Assist. Those would be at an additional discount, as well as the Mito2 Max, the Deep Blue Polyphenol. And when you spend over $125, you end up getting whatever the product of the month is. This month it happens to be cypress, great for blood flow, smells amazing in your diffuser, like think of like cypress trees. And you end up earning rewards really quickly when you're doing this on a monthly basis. Now to the point where I end up getting about $30 a month in free oils that I can use. So you can save them up or use them on just getting yourself free oils every month, whatever makes sense for you. So most of the time, PV equals $1, but PV is going to stand for product value or point value. If you're newer to doTERRA, I know sometimes that's like, what is PV? Lemon oil, I would just always continue to drink that in my water, especially while I'm taking supplements to just give your body that additional cleansing support. And I know for me, if I have really yummy tasting water, I'm going to drink more of it throughout the day. So with that being said, if you are loving this lifestyle, you're sharing with your friends and your family members already, there are great ways to earn extra income, get your oils paid for. We also do referrals for people that you introduce to us. So maybe you're not interested in doing a business or sharing, but you send us people our way. You don't have to really do anything other than that. And we're going to always take care of you in the sense of oils and products. And we take really good care of the people that you invite to our community, but we also take care of you for doing that. When you start to notice that you're sharing this with friends and family, it really doesn't take much to get your oils paid for. So if that's something that you're interested in or you want to learn more about, whoever invited you here and even like their upline, you can sit down together and kind of just talk about what your options are. If you're looking to supplement or replace your income, I know for me with that massage therapy background, I was always used to trading hours for dollars. I had no idea that I could ever have residual income in my line of work. And doTERRA introduced me to that. And during COVID, and I wasn't allowed to do massage, You know, I never worried or skipped a beat because I had Doterra. And that, I know for a lot of my friends in the industry wasn't the case. And I know there were people throughout, and not just in this industry, but that's just what I'm aware of, that had to walk away from that career because it couldn't sustain them. But had they been introduced to Doterra, they could have had this residual income, this community of support of like-minded people who want to just build each other up. It's a beautiful community, and it's nothing like anything else I've ever been a part of. So I know for me, where I'm headed is to completely replace my income and be doing Doterra full time. And I'm so grateful that I can build this low investment business for myself and that I can have it for a lifetime. It really is a legacy business, because we know once we start using these oils and these products and we experience the high quality, we want that forever. I couldn't go back to my old ways. I just want to share this. I ran out of my body wash and I used a bar of soap that had like fragrance in it, and I haven't done that in so long. And I got one use out of it. I had to throw it away. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've gotten so spoiled from Doterra products. So it's really a great idea to sit down if this is something that you're interested in with your upline or with whoever introduced you to Doterra to figure out what makes sense for you. But if you want to pay for your product, think of investing 3 to 5 hours a week, and that's including teaching classes or inviting to classes, sharing with your family, sampling your friends, and networking. That's about 3 to 5 hours a week. That's going to get your products paid for. And you'll personally enroll and introduce a few people a month to Doterra. And that usually takes about 6 months to achieve. To supplement your income, this is going to take a little bit longer to do, but just depending on like what track you're wanting to get on, how much time you want to invest, how much you want to network. This is building about 4 customers or so a month. And then you're also going to want to introduce people to the business opportunity as well. A little bit more of a time commitment, but this is still really manageable if you are doing it as a side. I hate to say the word hustle because it never feels like hustle culture in Doterra. But if you have a full-time gig or you're a stay-at-home mom or you have something else going on, this is still very manageable and it's a lot of fun. And it sometimes still just blows my mind that this is work because it does not feel that way. And then if you want to totally replace your income, that's where we're going to look to like 15 to 30 hours a week. You're enrolling about 8 people or so a month, and you are launching about 2 builders a month, other people that want to expand and share and do the business. So it's not that hard. Sorry to blow the secret. It's not that hard to do Doterra as a business, especially if you're a product of the product. You love the oils, you use the supplements, and you're naturally just one of those people who like to share what's working for you. So it's really affordable to give samples. We know they're pennies per drop. We tell them our 3 cool things about essential oils, how to use them, show them and teach them about the kits, and that's it. So thank you everybody for staying on tonight. I really appreciate it. If you've made it this far through the recording and you want more information, make sure you reach out to whoever invited you tonight. And thanks again for getting involved in this healthy, awesome lifestyle Doterra has to offer. I'm just going to check out the chats before I stop recording. I don't think there's anything here. Okay. Oh, can we get the slides? Yeah, we'll send the slides out too. I know Danette has them. Awesome. Thank you, everybody.